It's 7:45 and it's time for today's News Extra program, brought to you by First State Bank. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. Our guests today are Dr. A.J. Magana. He's an internal physician with Regional West Medical Center. And also Jeff Krewald is here. He's the Director of Cancer Services up at the hospital. We're going to talk about Cancer Awareness Month coming up here in March. We talked a little bit about this on a show, I think, maybe about a week and a half ago. And we'll have Jeff at least clue us in on the importance, I guess, of Cancer Awareness Month and what you guys plan to do in this particular month. Starting, I guess, with your display on Saturday, right?
That's right. We're going to kick off Colorectal Awareness Month this Friday and Saturday at the Monument Mall. We're going to be having the Prevent Cancer Foundation's Super Colon at the mall, and basically what it is it's a 20-foot long inflatable replica of the human colon, and it's about 8 foot high, so people can come out, you can walk through it. It gives an opportunity for you to see kind of what a normal colon looks like, but also what a cancerous colon looks like.
Yeah, no charge here for this. So there'll be parts of the colon that are cancer-free and other parts that are not as you walk through it, right? Exactly,
and it is handicap accessible, so there's no limitation to anyone that wants to come out and take a look at it. I think our plan is to set up right in the center concourse of the mall, or in the old area where the Sears office used to be.
All right, and this will be available both on March 2nd and 3rd.
Correct, from 12 to 5 on Friday, and then 10 to 4 on Saturday.
All right, very good. Doc, you do a lot of colonoscopies and so forth. As a matter of fact, we were talking. How many do you think you've done in the whole time that you've been a physician here?
We kind of looked at the numbers, somewhere around 40,000. This will be the first time I've been able to walk through a colon. I've always kind of looked through the endoscope.
Yeah, 40,000.
It's a lot of colons.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of them. Over how long you been at the hospital now?
I think 25 years, 25 to 26 years.
Yeah.
So.
How many do you do in a day?
Between the outpatient and the hospital, anywhere from 10 to 13 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday through Friday. So,
That's
and weekends, the same.
Weekends? You even do some on the weekends?
Yeah,
too?
Mostly hospital stuff.
Yeah.
On weekends, so.
All right. Okay, very good. How important is it for people now to get checked for colon cancer, and as early as possible? Because we were talking outside, you mentioned you've detected colon cancer in people that were fairly young.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us think it happens after 50, but it's...
Yeah, most cancer statistically, the risk starts at 50. So the American Cancer Society and American Gastroenterological Society recommend that people start getting their screening colonoscopies at 50. Obviously, if you have a family history of colon cancer, you have other disease processes like inflammatory bowel disease, then you have to start earlier. But for the general public who have no risk factors, 50 is a good time to start.
All right. And the good thing about colorectal cancer is it's pretty preventable as long as you diagnose it early.
Yes, it's definitely preventable when you catch the cancer early. Most cancers start out as polyps, which are little growths that form in the colon, and then obviously left, if you leave them alone and don't do anything about them, they can develop cancer. Colon cancer is the second leading cause of death in the United States among cancers, and and it is the one that if you catch it early, it's very, very treatable and very preventable.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk more right after this.
Global Brandy at her grandson's house, Stanley Financial Ineptitude.
Okay. So you're going to be there and walk people through it and all that stuff?
Do the guided tour, do the guide.
How young is the youngest person infected?
Oh, God, I've diagnosed as a 23-year-old.
Really?
Yeah, but they had,
They had symptoms, right?
Well, no, unfortunately, there's a syndrome called familial polyposis, where they have polyps. They start out really young, and then they develop cancer. They'll have thousands of polyps in the colon.
All right, we are back on News Extra, and we're talking about Colon Cancer Awareness Week, and they're going to have a big display out at the Monument Mall this Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturday, actually noon to 5 on Friday, and Saturday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And they'll have a big colon out there. And are you going to have, Jeff, probably other displays as well? Talk about other possible cancers as well, right?
Right. We do plan to have a few other departments from the hospital with displays on breast cancer. We do have information out there on skin cancer as well. We're really trying to make it an educational and an awareness opportunity for the community. I do need to mention that this certainly wasn't a free item for us to bring to the community. So I certainly need to thank the Regional West Medical Center and then the Regional West Medical Center Foundation and Festival of Hope. All three of those entities went together and were able to sponsor this, for us to have this weekend.
All right. So this travels around the country.
It
right?
does. It's we've been trying to get this here for almost 3 years now, and we'll probably be the only place in Nebraska that will be able to have it this year. So.
Does Nebraska, does this end of the state have more cancer than? I mean, a lot of people think that we do have more cancer here than other areas of the country, but is that an accurate statement?
I would say based on what we see, I think per capita it probably equals out when you look at the information that we get from the Nebraska Cancer Database. When you prorate it out, it's basically equal. We see the same type of percentages across the state for various types of cancer. So, my personal opinion was that no, we don't have a higher incidence here than what they typically see in the rest of the state.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the things you have to understand is that this is a regional referral center, so we get a lot of people that come in from other states, and that, so our numbers look a little bit higher.
Yeah. All right. So people, if you don't have any incidence of cancer in your family, you still need to start thinking about this, and 50 is the magic age, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
And kind of describe what happens when you do a colonoscopy, what a patient can expect.
Well, basically, the actual procedure itself is pretty easy. The worst part is the prep. That's what everybody doesn't like about it. We have to obviously clean your colon out so we can get a really good look, looking for any pathology and that. So it involves maybe changing your diet a little bit the day before and taking either liquid or pills to cleanse your colon the day before. That's the worst part. May not get a lot of sleep the night before. And then you come in, outpatient, they put an IV in your arm, usually start an IV, give you some fluids, because some people are dehydrated. And then we take you back into the suite and have some assistants and nurses, and they do a really good job. They calm everybody down. People are usually a little bit nervous. The nurses are really good at making them feel relaxed, and give them some intravenous medication. They kind of get drowsy, go to sleep. They really don't care what's going on, and they wake up and it's over.
Yep, it's pretty simple. You're right. The worst part is the night before, basically. So it's really pretty simple, and you should have a colonoscopy once every 10 years or so if you don't have any family history. If you have family history, probably more than that, right?
Yeah, it really depends. If you have an abnormal colonoscopy, then depending on what we find, that determines how much more frequently you have to undergo exams.
Okay. All right. So that's the situation, and don't forget to go out to the Monument Mall, look at that exhibit, noon to 5 on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. They'll have some other educational displays out there as well, and probably worth your time this weekend to be out at the Monument Mall. Thanks, Doc. Go Buffs. Jeff, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Back to Dan.